Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will discuss adenocarcinoma of colon in detail. Adenocarcinoma of colon is the most common malignancy of the gastrointestinal tract. The peak incidence of occurrence of this disease is during 60s to 70s. Males are slightly more affected as compared to females. Now, what are the dietary factors which are involved somehow in the development of this disease? Increased smoking, increased intake of alcohol, increased meat in the diet, lack of vegetables are some of the dietary factors that can lead to adenocarcinoma of colon later in life. Moreover, sedentary lifestyle, obesity, and irradiations are also involved for the development of this disease. Some studies showed that certain pharmacological factors, for example aspirin and other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, have somehow some protective effect for the adenocarcinoma of colon. Actually, these drugs cause inhibition of cyclooxygenase 2 pathway, which is responsible for the production of prostaglandin E2. This prostaglandin E2 actually causes epithelial proliferation. So when prostaglandin E2 is not present, there is no epithelial proliferation, and it has somehow protective effect for the adenocarcinoma of colon. Now, what are the precursor lesions of the adenocarcinoma of colon? The precursor lesions include adenoma with high-grade dysplasia, familial adenomatous polyposis, Fuchs-Jaeger syndrome, Cowden syndrome, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease. Fuchs-Jaeger syndrome is actually a condition which occurs due to mutation in a gene called SKT11 gene or serine threonine kinase 11 gene. In this syndrome, multiple polyps are formed in the colon, and there is also mucocutaneous hyperpigmentation. Later, these polyps can develop adenocarcinoma. Now, what is the pathogenesis of this disease? Adenocarcinoma of colon can occur sporadically, or it may occur with genetic syndromic associations. So there are two pathways mainly which are involved for the development of adenocarcinoma of colon. First of all, we will discuss sporadic disease, and then we will discuss genetic syndromic associated disease. Okay. If adenocarcinoma of colon develop as a sporadic disease, then the pathway which is involved for the development of this disease is known as APC beta-catenin pathway. APC is a gene, stands for adenomatous polyposis coli gene. This APC gene is involved in a WNT signaling pathway. Here we can see this is the WNT signaling pathway. This is a cell, and this is a WNT receptor. Normally, when the cell is at resting stage and it is not proliferating, then there is no WNT signals and no WNT molecules are coming to bind with the WNT receptor. In these conditions, the beta-catenin which is present in the cell is inhibited by APC protein. This APC protein, which is produced by APC gene, which is a tumor suppressor gene, is responsible for degradation of this beta-catenin. When this beta-catenin is destroyed by APC protein, then there is no cellular proliferation. Now, when the cell has to proliferate under normal conditions, this is happening normally. When the cell has to proliferate, then WNT signals come, WNT molecules come and bind with WNT receptors. When they bind with WNT receptors, then intracellular signals cause degradation of this APC protein. When this APC protein is destroyed, then beta-catenin is not degraded. This beta-catenin then binds with DNA and causes proliferation of certain genes, including MYC genes or MYC gene and cyclin D1 gene. And as a result, there is proliferation of the cell. This is normal. Now, we have said that APC gene is actually a tumor suppressor gene. When there is mutation in the APC gene, then this APC protein is not produced because there is loss of function of the APC gene. APC protein is not produced. When this APC protein is not produced, then it is not able to degrade beta catenin. There is no degradation of the beta catenin. When beta catenin is not degraded, then this beta catenin binds with the TCF portion of the DNA, and it causes proliferation of certain genes, which causes proliferation of the cell, and as a result adenocarcinoma can occur. So this is the WNT signaling pathway, or APC beta catenin pathway. This APC beta catenin pathway is shown here. It is also known as the adenoma carcinoma sequence pathway. Here we can see this is the normal lining of the colon, this is the mucosa, this is the submucosa, and this is the muscularis propria. Now this person has a mutation in the APC gene in such a way that one allele is defective. There is mutation in one allele of APC gene. Either this mutation is inherited or it is somatic. This is the first hit. Now later in life he can develop the second hit, and second allele of the APC gene is also mutated. Now the mucosa is at risk, and any time he can develop adenocarcinoma. In addition to the mutations in APC gene, this person can also develop other mutations in other genes, including KRAS gene, which is a proto-oncogene. He can develop mutation in the KRAS gene. Then certain other genes are also mutated, involving the P53 gene, which is a tumor suppressor gene. Then there is also mutation in SMAD2 and SMAD4 genes, which are also tumor suppressor genes. When all these mutations accumulate, then these mutations together then lead to the formation of adenocarcinoma. So this is all about adenoma carcinoma sequence, or APC beta catenin pathway, that how APC beta catenin pathway lead to the formation of adenocarcinoma of colon. This is all about the sporadic associations of the disease. Now we will discuss the adenocarcinoma which is associated with some syndrome. For example, the most important syndrome with which this disease is associated is the Lynch syndrome, also known as hereditary non-polyposis colon carcinoma syndrome. The pathway thus called Lynch pathway. This is the Lynch pathway. Actually, in this pathway, there is mutation in a gene called DNA mismatch repair gene. DNA mismatch repair genes are special genes which are present in our genome, and these genes are responsible for repair to the DNA if there is any damage to the DNA. For example, there may be mismatch pairing of the base pairs, there may be some deletions or additions in the DNA, and all these defects are corrected by DNA mismatch repair genes. So what happens in Lynch syndrome or in Lynch pathway, what happens that there is mutation in the DNA mismatch repair genes. So these DNA mismatch repair genes are not able to correct any defect in DNA, as a result of which mutations accumulate. This is known as microsatellite instability. Now what are microsatellites? Microsatellites are actually small regions which are present in a gene, small repeating units which are present within a gene. If microsatellite instability or any defect in microsatellites occur in the promoter region of the gene, then it can result in defects in the proliferation of the cell, and cell can over-proliferate. For example, there may be defect in the transforming growth factor beta gene or in the BAX gene promoter region. When there is defect in the transforming growth factor beta gene promoter region, then it is not able to suppress the the cell proliferation, and as a result cell over proliferates. Similarly, BAX gene is a pro-apoptotic gene. It causes apoptosis of the cell. When there is defect in the BAX gene, then BAX gene is not able to cause the apoptosis of the cell, and as a result the cell overlives and continue to accumulate mutations, and as a result cancer can develop. Here we can see this is the normal mucosa, submucosa and muscularis propria of the colon. Here there are certain DNA mismatch repair genes, or these are also known as MMR genes, including MLH1, MSH2, MSH6, PMS1 and PMS2. These all are DNA mismatch repair genes. Now in Lynch pathway, any of these genes can become defective. First of all, one allele will become defective as a first hit, then later on second hit can also occur and second allele also become defective, and gene is not able to perform its function. Also, there are other defects or other mutations also accumulate. For example, there may be mutation in the transforming growth factor beta gene, BAX gene, BRAF gene, which is a proto-oncogene. Similarly, sometimes there is gene silencing. Gene silencing occurs when there is hypermethylation of the gene. So all these factors combine together and they can cause adenocarcinoma. During Lynch pathway, first of all, there is formation of sessile serrated adenomas, and these sessile serrated adenomas continue to accumulate mutations, and ultimately they lead to the formation of adenocarcinoma. So we have discussed DNA mismatch repair deficiency. When there is DNA mismatch repair deficiency, then mutations can accumulate in the microsatellite repeats. This is known as microsatellite instability. And if this microsatellite instability is present in the coding or promoter region of the gene, then it can cause uncontrolled cell growth, and it can lead to cancer. Now there can be mutation in certain other genes, for example BRAS gene, or there may be hypermethylation of the gene, which can lead to the cancer formation. So we have discussed two pathways. Number one, we have discussed the adenoma carcinoma sequence, and now we have discussed the Lynch pathway. The tumor which arises as a result of Lynch pathway is actually developing from the sessile serrated adenomas. Such a tumors have mucinous differentiation. When we look at the histology of the tumor, then there is mucinous differentiation, and also there is peritumoral lymphocytic infiltrates. Normally, when we look at the immunohistochemistry or immunohistochemical staining of these tumors, then as we have discussed, these tumors arise because of damage to the DNA mismatch repair genes, and there is no MMR gene. So where normally MMR genes, when we do immunohistochemistry, then they give brown color. Now as in this condition MMR genes are lost, so there will be no brown color or immunohistochemical staining. We will look this immunohistochemical staining later in our slides. Now what is the morphology of this adenocarcinoma of colon? In morphology, first of all we will discuss the gross features, and then we will discuss the histology of the disease. So grossly when we look, then these adenocarcinomas are usually present as single polypoid or ulcerated mass. If it is invading the muscularis propria, then there may be puckering. If the tumor is present on the right side of the colon, then these tumors are mostly polypoid and exophytic, while if they are present on the left side of the colon, then they tend to be annular or encircling lesions. Here in this diagram we can see this is an adenocarcinoma, and it is an ulcerated adenocarcinoma. We can see there is reddish appearance. This is actually ulcer. This is an ulcerated adenocarcinoma. Here this is the white color tumor, and it is actually subserosal. It is present within the subserosal fat. This is again the adenocarcinoma. Now what is the histology of this disease? These tumors the adenocarcinoma of the colon can be well differentiated, it may be moderately differentiated, or it may be undifferentiated. Well differentiated tumors are present in 15 to 20% of the cases, and this is the histology of a well differentiated adenocarcinoma. Here we can see that well defined tube or well defined glands are present. and inside the lumen of these tubes or glands we can see the necrotic debris. In well differentiated adenocarcinomas, the nuclei are basally oriented nuclei are present, and well defined architecture is seen. This is the moderately differentiated adenocarcinoma. These are present in 60 to 70% of the cases. Here nuclei have lost their polarity. Here we can see that still now tubes or glands can be seen, but they have become highly irregular, and there is also desmoplastic reaction around these tubes or glands. In the third diagram, this is a poorly differentiated adenocarcinoma. Here we can see that mucinous material is present, and the cells are present in the form of signet rings. There is signet ring appearance of the cells. Sheets of the cells are present, and mucinous material can be seen. These undifferentiated adenocarcinomas are mostly right-sided adenocarcinomas. Now, what are the clinical features of the adenocarcinoma of colon? If the adenocarcinoma of the colon is of right side, is present on the right side of the colon, then the clinical attention occurs by the appearance of fatigue, weakness, and iron deficiency anemia. While in case of left-sided colorectal adenocarcinomas, person develops occult bleeding, there may be constipation, abdominal cramps, and left lower quadrant discomfort or left lower quadrant pain. So these are the signs and symptoms which appear in case of adenocarcinomas. There are no specific signs and symptoms, and because of no specific signs and symptoms, this disease is not detected early. So it is not a very good prognosis. Now, this is the gross appearance of adenocarcinoma, and it is a flat tumor, and this is actually the early stages of adenocarcinoma. This is the flat tumor which is present on the mucosa. This is early stages. Here we can see again, this is a flat tumor which is present on the mucosa, and this is again the early stages. In this diagram we can see two components. On the right side of the diagram, this is actually a villus adenoma. This is the villus adenoma, and on the left side this villus adenoma has converted into the adenocarcinoma, and this is the mucinous adenocarcinoma. We can see the mucinous appearance of the tumor. This is the mucinous adenocarcinoma, and this is villus adenoma. This is again the adenocarcinoma of the colon, and we can see the exophytic growth pattern. This is the adenocarcinoma. This is again the adenocarcinoma which is partially obstructing the lumen of the colon. This is the histological presentation. In this part we can see well defined glands. So in this part the tumor is well differentiated adenocarcinoma. We can see the nuclei have become hyperchromatic, but there are well defined glands and well defined tubes. So this is a well differentiated adenocarcinoma, while on this side it is moderately differentiated or poorly differentiated. Somewhat it is moderately differentiated because it has lost its architecture, but we cannot see here any mucinous material is not present. It is desmoplastic reactions are present. This is again a moderately differentiated adenocarcinoma of the colon. We can see that glands or tubes are present, but they have become very irregular, and in their luminal this mucinous material is present. This is the mucin. Okay, as we have discussed previously that when we do immunohistochemistry, then the DNA mismatch repair gene show brown color. Here we can see we have done the immunohistochemistry, and this DNA mismatch repair gene MSH2 and MSH6 which is present has shown brown color, While in this diagram we can see that DNA mismatch repair genes are lost. The person has lost MLH1 and PMS2 genes, and as a result, on immunohistochemistry, no brown color is seen. So, if a person is suffering from adenocarcinoma and it has occurred through the Lynch pathway and DNA mismatch repair genes have lost, then when we do the immunohistochemistry, there will be no brown color. It will appear like this due to the loss of DNA mismatch repair genes. Now, what is the diagnosis of this disease? How we can do the diagnosis? First of all, we will do the digital rectal examination. Then fecal testing is done for the occult blood loss. Then sigmoidoscopy or colonoscopy is done. Biopsy is done. CT scan or MRI is done to detect the size of the tumor. Bone scan is done to see whether there is any metastasis in the bone or not. Then serum markers are detected, for example alpha fetoprotein, which increases in the serum when there is metastasis to the liver. Then there is molecular detection of the APC gene of the epithelial cells shed in the stool. Now, what are the prognostic factors? This disease may have poor prognosis due to advanced age, when the disease is at higher grade, when this carcinoma has positive margins, and due to tumor budding. All these factors can lead to poor prognosis of the disease. Next, we have the staging of the adenocarcinoma of the colon. We will study this staging in our next video. Thank you.